But actually, I dedicate this joke to Father. It's the story of an old Irishman who lived bachelorhood, and his only companion in life was an ancient dog named Mick. And one morning, the Irishman woke up, and old Mick was found dead in front of the hearth, and he was heartbroken. And so, the first thing he did is he went down the road to visit the Irish priest there, Father Condon, and he told Father Condon that old Mick had been found dead that morning in front of the hearth, and he obviously was very upset because he lived each day of his life for that dog, and the priest could see he was crestfallen, and so when the old Irishman asked the priest for a little consolation, the best that Father could do is, and actually old Mick had asked if Father Condon would say a service for the dog when he buried him. And Father responded by saying, well, you understand, Mick, that our church doesn't provide for burial services for dogs. And Father instantly saw that wasn't consoling old Mick at all. So then he asked old Mick, he says, well, is there anything else I can do for you? And old Mick says, well, is there someone else who could bury the dog? And the priest, he warned for that and said, well, there's a new fella down the road here that I'm sure would be happy to say a few words over old Mick. And my peanut gallery just indicated that was probably a Presbyterian. So we'll let it stay at that. And so the Irishman, he was somewhat encouraged by that. And he says, well, thank you, Father. And then the priest, Father Condon, says to him, well, is there anything else I can do for you? And he said, well, yes, there would be. He said, if you think if I gave that fellow down the road 50 quid for saying a prayer over my dog, Mick, that would be sufficient. And Father Condon reacted. He says, oh, you didn't tell me the dog was Catholic.
I have not heard that. And just about you being a prod and all. But this was one of the many vows she'd taken that she was coming to regret. So after Mass one Sunday, she stopped and says, Father, can I have a quick word with you? There's something troubling me a bit. He says, oh, sure, my child. What can I help you with? He says, well, as of late, I've been praying at night that the man does not wake up in the morning, and I'm fearing this might be a bit of a sin. And Father says, well, the sin we need to address, but the effectiveness of what you're praying for says that Lord works in mysterious ways. He says, what I suggest you do is to pray to the Lord with all your heart that the one with the most sin is the one not to wake up in the morning. She thinks about it for a minute, says, well, Father, she says, I appreciate your time sincerely, but I think I'll go see if the parson's home.
Ryan Campbell. How about Ryan Linsey? Such strength. Oh.
How do you make an elephant float?
Wow.
How do you make an elephant float?
One elephant, 2 tons of ice cream, and 1 ton of soda, and blend.
Better, like when you changed the water to wine, it was a rung up on the ladder. It's a miracle to me each time I see a single clear glass that's cold. When it's screwed right up with that wondrous stuff, it changes into pure gold. It's the food, the grain that comes from God, transformed by humankind to make that marvelous malt to drink from the human and divine. Heppner's lovers and brothers and all kinds of others, the sorrowful and joyful tears. Praise to God for creation, redemption, salvation, and this libation we call beer. Praise to God for creation, redemption, salvation, and this libation we call beer.